Hello, everyone, and welcome to Valorant, the only podcast where we record our first episode only once and never again. I'm Willis, and I'm joined with my co-hosts Arya and Roger.
Hello.
And hello. I guess that's it. For
I was
your
like,
intro. You just say hello.
I was waiting for you guys to say hi, and then I would,
Yeah.
I don't. We'll get the hang of this.
Well, yeah.
Obviously,
The
this
more
is-
we do, the more we do.
Yeah, no, because this is the first episode that
Exactly.
we've ever
Ever.
done. So
Ever.
we obviously have absolutely zero practice of this. So
No practice.
You
No
know.
formal training. I definitely did not give my name last time, and not this time. I would never do that. So.
yeah. So we can only promise that our execution of these podcast intros can only get better.
Flawless, actually.
Flawless.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Prime Gaming flawless. That's all we have here.
A prime
Still a
gaming
1v5 type
flawless.
stuff.
Yeah. Alrighty.
You want
Well,
to Red Bull clutch it up and get on?
yeah,
the
I'm
top
gonna hand it off to our clutch master Arya.
Oh shit! What? Since when? But hello. All right,
Since
let's.
just now.
Just now. Awesome.
Take it away.
Astor CM.
Woo. All right. So first up, I know Valorant patch notes for was it patch 6.0 has been out for a while, but I would still like to talk about the impact split changes have had on the game. For me, it felt underwhelming. Right, as soon as Split came back, I was super hyped to get into the game again because Split was my best. I think it was my highest win rate map before it got taken out. And then afterwards, like when it came back, I was just so underwhelmed by the changes. I thought they would change what Split was, but they can only make so many changes before getting rid of the whole identity of Split. But like changes to A main, changes to mid, I don't think that's enough, in my opinion.
You don't think it's enough?
Don't think it's enough.
So what do you? So you mean that it's? Because I forget. Because Split hasn't been in the game for eons. So was
Right.
Split a T-sided map or a CT-sided map?
That's so okay. So
and by C and CT, he means A or D, sided map.
attacker or D. Thank you for that, Roger. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I wouldn't have known.
You're welcome.
Sorry.
I feel
Wrong game.
I feel like it was more so attack sided. So what I'm thinking of is I'm thinking of mid and how easy it was to take mid. But then also once you had like, I'm saying it's easy to take mid but sometimes it's also, I don't know.
I thought it was.
I'm pretty sure it was.
defense-sided.
But that was for mid, right? What was the big thing about it being defense sided?
The big thing about it being defense sided was just that it was really hard to prevent the defenders from rotating. It was so easy to rotate through mid if you had mid control.
Right.
And it was really easy to rotate through even your back spawn.
Right,
Because it
yeah.
was really short.
Mhm.
So defenders could kind of flood back in, and even if they were at a disadvantage from a like map design in terms of like where enemies could be hiding, they
Right.
just got there so fast that advantage kind of made up for it, right? So you're absolutely
Right.
right. If offense takes mid, really hard to kind of gain control back of the game, but it's so easy for defenders to kind of flood back into mid to kind of fight for it a bit. That kind of changed when like Astra kind of came about, more smokes,
Right.
kind of took it out, right?
Right.
But because I think at the time, the only character with 3 smokes was Brimstone, but everyone thought Brimstone was terrible. That was like old Stim, pretty much not a move. Other smokers were just better. Viper was not in the game yet, essentially. For those who are confused, Viper was in the game, just absolutely trash.
Yeah. Until the whole Astra Viper meta.
Right. So yeah, I thought it was defense sided, but you could be right. I didn't watch too much higher level play. It could have been that smash through mid was the meta.
So
There's not much that can be done about it.
for this map, I would say smash through mid, or at least having mid control is important. Now that I'm remembering, I think this map was defense sided because once defense like had a good hold on mid, like the attackers couldn't do anything. They had to go straight through B main or straight through A main, and that with this map called Split, it's not possible. You have to have split pushes. So that's what I was getting at with the whole, because getting into male and B heaven is kind of tough if they have a killjoy setup, or if the defense has a good hold on it. That's kind of hard to break. When I've been playing this game map or playing it in ranked, like a sage slow, raise nade, KJ setup, like anything that can hold on to that male space, if we can't break it, it becomes very hard to take B site. But I like what they added with mid. They added a box that you could silently jump down. So if you were playing a default, let's say playing a 2-1-2 default, which I know Will likes, that's the call out usually. That one person mid can go up towards where my mouse is right now, by like the vents, male area, and kind of poke around, try to get util off. Hide behind this box here, or I mean, if they have to give it up, right, you can just silently drop off without letting the enemy know that you've left mid. So they have to again keep fighting for mid.
And I've also seen it used the other way, where defenders will push out, and I've seen a lot of people push up to the box next to sewer and hold that corner. Right.
Yeah. So mid is more so, rather than, I guess mid's problem was it was too one-sided, but now there's like a little back and forth that you can have. It's another lane added onto the map itself, which is nice. Because Valorant is all about lanes.
As far as that goes, that doesn't really add too much for offense to work with, right? Like, you're definitely right. They can back up, silently drop back onto the box. But I feel like if you have taken that much space, if you're already up that far, generally your move is not, oh, let me give up all of this space mid.
Yeah.
All of the space that I control. Especially, like, you're probably pushing up with someone valuable, right? Someone who can control that space. Hopefully not your, like, solo duelist. That would
hopefully
be terrible.
not.
Yeah. But if your solo duelist somehow, did get around and had all that space, then they would just continue pushing. So it seems like, yeah, it's great that you can quietly drop off that ledge now, but in my mind, it feels like it's still better for defense. Defense can kind of come and silently drop off at another angle, hold by the boxes closed.
Yeah.
And offense kind of says, okay, I guess, like, if I want to give up all the space I earned, I can do so quietly. Right?
Yeah, I've had a clip in that spot when I dropped or suddenly jumped off the box and just held the box next to sewers, like, just sat in between that and then the small box that I'm pointing at now. That like, they just don't know.
Right.
You can get really nice timings off. Defense. So yeah, exactly. I see your point for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because it seems like, and the other thing is, sure, you can silently drop off that box as offense, right? But you're going from defense side to offense side.
Right.
The person, there's going to be no one, like, holding your angle necessarily. And so it ends up being that you could just take the stairs. You don't really need to silently drop off the box, right? It doesn't really provide much.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go around the boxes right there anyway. You're still going to be in line of sight.
Yeah.
It's not too much of a boon.
I would say another I guess advantage of adding these boxes, like, it offers a different angle. Because if you see, like, in the picture above, you can, but, like, this was if you see what I'm, like, pointing at, the border, the little lip on top, they got rid of that. So now it's like, now wall bangs are obviously not there, or it's not as harsh as it was with that metal bar. So it's a different angle that you could work with. Similar, obviously, but just a tiny bit different. So I don't think it's that, like, that's why I said, like, the changes here are underwhelming. Because I'm trying to, like, look for
you say
things.
You say that, but it's been like 10 minutes of talking about the box.
I know.
That's true.
Let's switch to a different box. Let's switch to a different box.
You say that it's underwhelming, but, like, there's a lot to be said about that one box.
You can jump down silently.
I mean, we could have summarized that in one sentence.
And also, the trick jump onto mid box has been removed. I could never do that, so it doesn't matter. I was never able to do it. I think I spent like 30 minutes in a custom trying to get that down. It did not work.
For the change above, actually, I think that's actually one more.
Heaven?
Up, yeah. I think that's actually more T-sided than attack sided than defender sided as a buff, right?
Yeah,
So
I would say
if
so.
anything, I would look at that. Has that mattered at all in any of the games you've played?
Yeah, so mostly whenever if you whoever has the highest angle has like the better shot, right? So attackers who are having the higher angle onto defense, it's a more better chance for them to take that gunfight. It's a gunfight in their favor.
I was actually thinking about from ramp.
From ramp.
Yeah, so shooting from ramp to heaven, back heaven, the problem was always that the head was going to be lower because they were at the wrong.
Okay, right.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
a variation of headshot angle.
Right.
Yeah.
So now there's only one angle that defenders can be at when they're pushing up. Right. Has that, like, have you taken space up ramp and then noticed like, oh, it's easier because.
I have. I guess I just never noticed it though. I didn't notice it to be that drastic.
Okay.
I think you can still see them when they're like coming up the stairs a little bit. So there is still a bit of variation, but it's definitely a lot more controlled.
But for you to see that, you have to be like up more into heaven.
Yeah.
So.
And they can't hide on like the little trash can by the.
No, they
I
can't. I'm
missed
so
the
glad
trash
that's.
can.
You missed the trash can.
I'm pretty sure the jump
was
up on
my
the other side
home.
still exists though. That's fine. No.
That's where I live.
No.
Right there.
Right.
That trash can.
with
You
the
bring me
bag.
back.
With the bag.
Yeah, that's all my stuff.
That's him
Okay,
right
I
there.
understand.
Yeah, that's me. That's me for real.
You can see him. He's taking a little nap, but he's there.
Yeah. I'm a professional rat.
It's true.
But what was it? I would say for heaven, my rush A heaven strats have been great. That much I'll say. They struggled in the past, but now they've been better. I think probably because of the height variation.
Now that you actually say that, I have not been pushing A heaven in my ranked
Ooh.
games, and we've just been
Go
getting
for it.
destroyed on Ace.
Yeah, no, just go heaven. If you can't
So-
take sight, go heaven. Free
Yeah,
strats,
true.
free strats.
might have to do that.
I'll release
Yeah,
a
taking notes.
strat cookbook later.
That's gonna be another podcast.
How to cook in Area 51.
Oh yeah, we can do a cooking episode too.
Oh, yes.
That was
Write that down. No, write that down. Write that
Write that
down.
down. I've been perfecting my breakfast burrito.
Ooh. All right.
That's all I got.
A rafters. We got. They just got rid of rafters.
It's true.
Yeah,
Just-
it got circumcised.
Yep. Yes.
Chopped right off.
I would say this change attacker sided, because
Oh,
you
for
can
sure.
actually
You don't have to
fight.
clear that.
you can actually fight heaven
you
now.
don't
Easier
You're
to clear
under.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
True.
It's
It's
like
actually
you
possible to
still-
smoke off all of heaven now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Like you can even put the smokes out further.
Yeah.
Cut off the lip, like they can't. They gotta drop down.
Mm-hmm.
No, they could still walk out a little bit.
They can.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Not if the
smoke
smoke's
wouldn't cover the
flush.
entire thing.
If it's
No,
flush
no,
enough,
like out
right?
onto the rafter. Like,
Oh,
there's enough rafter to where the smoke wouldn't cover it,
right,
Mm.
right.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep the smokes flush though, please. Yo,
Except when
I
you
am not. No, keep it flushed all the time.
Sometimes.
Nope, all the time.
All right, whatever.
I'm-
You're
there's-
the-
this- we
you're
can't
the
talk about
Killjoy
this.
main,
We
so
can't
you know
talk-
everything about smokes. Right?
Exactly.
My title is stolen from me.
Hey, Roger.
I am a broken man. Nothing left to my name.
I think
He has nothing.
did they what is this? I'm just looking through the pictures for A ramp and A main. The box is smaller, but again, the box is mostly like a jet Roman thing.
Hey, don't forget Rays.
And
True.
I just didn't
And
see any
Sage Wall,
races.
so
Sage
any
Wall.
agent, to be real.
That's true. That's a lot of agents.
That
can
is,
get up there.
yeah,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, let's
First
be inclusive
engagement
here.
has been widened and a small ledge added for mix-ups. For mix-ups?
Yeah,
the
get
mix-up.
mixed. Mixed out of your
Mix-ups?
shoes.
The mix-ups and the schmix-ups.
The
That's true.
mix-up. And then
Schmixy, dude.
lastly, our A lobby. I actually I like the ledge. It makes it easier to peek ramp right away.
It gives attackers what the defenders had on ult split in heaven.
Right.
Yeah.
And
it
I
was
think it's a
really
bit
tough
more-
to push out of that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
little
it's definitely
hole
more
before.
justified for the attacker side.
Mhm.
So I'm fine with it.
It's like the bind. What is it? The bind A short like boxes by market. It's like that little bump up in height.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're literally stealing from Vine.
They're stealing from
Wow.
Bind. The
That's
Bind
intellectual
dev team,
property,
come
though.
on.
Yeah,
That's
what
for
the hell?
Bind only.
Damn, they're just recycling ideas. Oh, I got evicted from B Heaven too.
Oh shit! Dang it! I see they cleaned you
Darn.
out. Yeah, just left the room there.
Yeah,
Rip.
no more trash cans on Split. It got cleaned up.
It got cleaned up. Oh, last change. I guess I
Will
completely forgot
officially
about
left
this.
heaven.
Both. And then
that's
be
kinda
hell.
good.
Yeah, I like taking fights with this on defense. It's nice.
I haven't played new Split really. Would you say it's heavily T-sided now? Like these changes feel like there's a lot of changes for defenders to get just blown out, you know?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah. I would say
has it had the opposite effect? Did they
I
go
would
too hard?
I don't know. I think it's actually balanced now. Cuz like the defense still has places they can hold on to. I've been obsessed with B Heaven for like the past 20 minutes. B Heaven like and in Mail they can hold on to that no problem. Hell I think gives defenders a chance to actually, you know, get an advantage cuz again, people can peek 90-degree angles very easily in this game, but if there's an off angle and you have a chance to hold it, just hold it. And I think that's what this B Hell angle gives them because it's slanted out more and they can hold the walkout a bit easier, I would say. Rather than on old Split, if they held the angle on a diagonal, right, they would just tuck in and that's it. You just get like naded, you get swung, you're dead.
Yeah.
I agree with that. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's a smooth out to make clearing the spot easier. So, well, I guess that makes it sound like it's that makes it sound like it's attack sided. But on defense, I like holding that angle. It's been nice.
Because initially when I looked at it, it seemed attack sided, right? You can't hide backside anymore. It's easier to clear all of sight in one go. But the points you've made make sense, right?
It might just be my
No,
angle.
it's all about no. It's all about the meta game. They changed it as a nerf to CT side, so nobody expects you to be there.
Right.
And that's where
Ironically-
Arya
Exactly.
outplays them
Ironically
and
enough,
plays there anyway.
you said, "Oh, it gives me an off angle." It's only an off angle because you're now exposed. And they're
Yeah,
like,
I
why would
guess
anyone
so.
expose themselves like that?
Aw.
But works.
I'm I'm playing the. I'm just doing things.
Next level. They're like nerfed it. I'm gonna
I'm
use
still
it
playing in that corner.
exclusively. It's
They'll
now
never
my.
see
That's
it
where I
goes.
hold.
Fantastic.
All right, Arya's a degenerate. Cool.
Confirmed.
Literally,
Yeah.
and I mean, I want to make it work, right? I still made. What was it? When Astra got
work
nerfed, I
it.
still tried. I can't make Chamber work. Chamber makes my brain hurt.
Rip chamber.
Rip Chamber.
Ironically enough, I have the same issue where I wasn't playing Chamber correctly anyway. So they've really lowered his skill floor and his skill ceiling, right? Like it's both harder. Sorry, they've raised his skill ceiling because you have to care more about recoil.
Yes.
But they've lowered his skill floor because like you're teleported, you just drop it down. You're you know.
Yep.
There's not much thought. As much thought. Like there's no
I mean,
setups. You don't have to like learn.
You just have to stick to
anything.
your. In terms of setup, I would say just stick to your. I was gonna say alarm bot. What's it called?
Trademark.
Trademark.
yeah.
Trademark. Yes, just stick in
But
the
there's less,
thing.
Yeah, but before, you had to balance the fact that like, oh, I have my trademark. Oh, do I want to play like more aggressive? Now it's like,
Right,
okay,
yeah.
you're a sentinel, you're anchored. Yeah, you shoot your guns really good. Please hide. Like don't just run out and cap everyone. They're like, okay,
You'd be
yeah.
surprised.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
well, it's the type of people who are still gonna pick chamber,
Yeah.
and it's still
Well-
like the chamber play style. Like otherwise, you may as well play another sentinel. But it's certainly more in that direction now than before.
Well, speaking of that, real quick, and I know you haven't really played as much Arya, Roger, but Arya.
Yeah, Arya, you gotta.
There
play more.
there have been no chambers in comp. Like I've maybe
No,
run into
well,
like one or
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
of them,
Mm.
and they are on the ventilator. They are coping so hard.
Just straight inject the copium.
Every time I queue, I'm like, maybe I could pull off a chamber. Maybe not.
I don't know.
I
I'm
still
okay.
go
I'm-
Killjoy though, so it's fine.
I'll wait to see what the pros do, and if they think chamber is still viable, then maybe we'll bring it back.
Maybe for
Maybe.
Otherwise-
Lock in
fringe.
though. We'll see that. We'll talk about
Yeah.
that in a bit too. We're almost there.
Mm.
All right. Also, Rita released another set of patch notes right before we started. So thank you for a timely
okay.
release.
Fantastic.
So this patch 6.02 focuses mostly on gameplay, system updates, and the Stinger nerf. Let's just talk about the Stinger nerf, please,
Rest in peace.
because it's my favorite
My boy.
gun. I'm so
Sure, yeah.
sad. I feel like this is it feels personal now. First Astra, then Chamber, now the Stinger.
Well,
Like,
it
hello.
feels personal because this is like the third. Well, I was gonna say third nerf in total to the Stinger, but they did buff it in
Was it last time?
5.82.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just pulling numbers out of my ass, but
Yeah, I don't
They
know.
d-
if
they
have
buffed the
82
Stinger
minor
recently.
patches in major patch 5.
82 minor patches.
I don't know. Check me on it. Check me on it.
No, we trust you.
We trust.
We trust.
It's correct.
Don't worry
That's a
about it.
mistake. Anyway, yeah, they buffed like what the damage fall off on the Stinger and in that patch, and now they're decreasing it again. I forget exactly what the buff was. Now
I
it's-
don't remember. I could not remember it because I was one of those like, yeah, I'm not gonna hop on the Stinger bandwagon, and then I saw everyone use it, and I was like, wait a
Ooh,
second.
Joke's on you. Yeah.
Joke's on me.
Yeah,
I was already on the Stinger bandwagon when they buffed
I
that. I was
never
like,
left.
"There's no way!" Like, I remember we were talking about it. I was like, "There's no way they buffed this gun. Like, it's too cheap."
The entirety of episode 5, and I think the beginning of this episode was the heavy was it round 2. If you lost round 1, you could buy a shield and Stinger round 2 or round 3, and that was it was just
Yeah.
too good. It's too good. Like in
lot
rank,
of
this is
super
my
good-
only this is
yeah.
my only strat. There was one more team. We saw it in the Ludwig Tarek Invitational. I think it was.
Mm.
Well, I think it
Was
was
it the guard?
TSM, or I think it was
No.
the guard versus TSM then.
Oh,
It was like TSM pulled off a Stinger rush on Ascent. I forgot which team was playing against them, but they won it. Could be Sentinels too. I don't know. Those games kind of mixed together in my head. They're the
but
same
in any case, it does allow and enable for a lot of like round 2 swings after you lose round 1.
Yeah.
Which
Right.
is not ideal, I guess. I don't know. I'm
It's
still
not
a fan of
ideal.
it. Like I don't got a problem with it.
I
Like-
think the major issue there, right, is
Mm.
you play this game, you're like, okay, we won round 1, and now the enemy's like, we're just gonna coin flip for round 2. Like,
Yep.
there's
Yeah.
absolutely no advantage that you've actually gained.
And
from-
that's why I'm perfectly fine with it.
Don't get me wrong, I love the gun. I'm all on board. But yeah, it can be a little
losing
you know?
losing a buy round to 5 Stingers definitely hurts. It hurts. It hurts like it hurts your own
Definitely doesn't
economy.
feel
But
great.
it also
hurts
but
your
it also
mental.
feels it also feels great when you do it.
Yeah, it does.
So I'll take the trade-off.
You get it's like a seesaw. Either you're really good or you're just down.
Yeah, like no. So if you buy up Stingers and beat the other team when they're on a buy round, it's like, oh my god, we're so good at this game.
Honestly.
And then on the other side of things, when you're on a buy round and the other enemy team buys Stingers and decimates you, you're like, gun is busted, not my fault.
No.
So you just like having the deniability there.
Yeah.
I get you. That's respectable.
Yeah. So. But anyway, it's getting nerfed.
Yeah, they increased
I
the price
don't
of it.
know- Yeah, I think the price is the biggest thing. The damage.
27
Uh,
versus 25 versus 23.
It's gonna be harder to.
You're going
long-range
for-
people
you're-
down mid.
Yeah, I mean you're not doing it in the first place, anyways.
Oh, I was playing it wrong then.
I'll still play. I'll still peek
I was
mid.
just on Ascent ADSing right down mid top through arches, trying to get somebody in the head with
What?
a stinger.
I need a clip. Please
Alright,
send. Please send a clip. But yeah, it's like it's mostly close range that you're taking stinger fights. So it's still the same. It's just a price change. I'm gonna force a stinger later on in
Yeah.
ranked. We'll see how that goes.
You know, price is kind of strange. They've nerfed util so much,
Mhm.
like price wise.
Mhm.
That's like, okay, that's like in the past that's like, oh, that's like multiple utils. Now it's like, okay, I lost one flash.
Right.
Like I'm one flash down. Obviously they haven't buffed the economy, so like every dollar matters, but it certainly doesn't feel like it matters.
Right. In what sense? Could you just repeat that part?
Sure. I just feel like they nerfed the price. Like you were going light armor, no util, stinger anyway.
Yeah.
Like this doesn't really change that play pattern for anyone.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, Erica said that they just don't want you to get full shield with a stinger round 2, which valid, but I wasn't going full shield anyways. I was just buying the stinger and running it down.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like where we were at, we wanted to save the money for utility anyway, right? We weren't really saying, oh, like I really want to buy full armor stinger and like risk like an extra $600.
Right.
So yeah, you're risking like, math, don't fail me, $150 extra, right? I said 250 earlier because I'm bad.
All good. Sure.
It's 150 more, like 2 damage per bullet. You're still hitting the same number of bullets, realistically speaking.
Yep.
Unless they're like right at that distance where you're gunning them, but it's like, like I don't know.
I think it'll still be viable. It might not be as big as it was, but I think it's still there. You can still pull it off.
Yeah,
I think so
too. In closing remarks, Stinger a little more expensive, but still pretty good. Bucky's better.
The amount of times I've been Bucky one shot when they said they nerfed the gun. God, I hate it here.
People be sleeping on the Bucky.
I can't. It's just that gun it throws my mental out so fast. It's worse than the stinger. I'd rather take a stinger. Just stinger straight on. That's it. We'll move on from this.
So,
we'll move on.
All right, fine.
Or I might just pick up the Bucky. For you.
Yes, because I'm a sadistic fuck.
All right, and then the second update, let's move on, was to the gameplay system. So it's mostly for those that abuse high ping, EU people. They decreased it from 200. They decreased the max server limit from 200 to 140. But I don't think that matters because I still see people at 120. Whenever I see anyone above 100, I'm like, oh, ping abuser, Yeah. Like
Or they're playing on McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Or yes. But like 120 is kind of like where they're at, so bump it down more. just bump it down way more. I was gonna say, how would they know though? How would they fix this problem? But now I'm thinking of it as like an actual fix. And I don't want to think about the actual fix because that's a lot of work. No. Well, that's not my job. I don't do that.
Yeah, we'll ask.
Not for free.
Kevin Lee.
Not for free.
Kevin Lee, when are you coming onto the podcast?
And then social update. Comms. This is mostly comms related. Okay, cool. Cool. The voice evaluation beta. That I should have just read the first name rather than reading the whole thing. All right, cool. Great stuff, Riot. Great stuff.
Great patch.
Awesome.
Stinger dead.
Oh wait. There's a cipher thing. Neural net. Wait, fix the bug where the neural net would leave, or would be interrupted when he was killed after it had been deployed. So that was a bug.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a buff. Oh, thank God.
Huge.
Oh my God. I can go cipher.
No, you can't. That's mine.
Yeah, no, I can't. Unless, have you seen like this? Actually, that's a whole nother rant. But there's cipher like, there are marks on the wall on a site ascent that you just toss cages on and it just sits there. Have you seen those?
The marks?
They're like
well,
we'll look at it, but they're like little I guess on the bricks on the walls. Like some bricks are out more than others, and you can just lay a cage on top of it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. I was just curious.
He was looking for new info, That's.
Okay.
I was like,
okay.
That was at the 1.0 when Ascent came out.
Oh, that's why I want to see if Lotus has any. I feel like Lotus would have a lot.
Of one ways, I've been trying. I haven't found any that are like useful.
Gotta get back into the customs then.
What do you think I was doing for this podcast?
Yeah, it's true.
All right, that is it.
Whoa, what's the social fix?
The social fix. Fix a bug that caused voice chat to no longer function when disconnected from the internet for less than 60 seconds.
You know,
I
I wonder if that's what was affecting me. I definitely remember
Ooh.
a few sessions. I don't know if you guys remember. I'm like, hey guys, like,
When you
can you guys
couldn't-
hear me
Yeah.
in game?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, it
this
might be
actually
that.
happened the other day to somebody I was queued with.
Okay,
Mhm.
so definitely not fixed.
Well, I mean, this patch came out
Partially
today.
fixed. Oh, this is today.
This is today.
Yeah,
this
this
is
came
today.
out
Yeah.
today.
Oh, fixed. Hallelujah.
Crap, now we dated ourselves.
Dang it.
Sheesh.
All right. Let's move on to the
Righty.
more the better, the funner, the more funner stuff.
More funner stuff.
More funner stuff.
I love
You got
funner
lock in.
stuff.
We got lock in coming in. I believe the 14th.
So are these knives like
So
He's
this is a new
they're-
bundle.
They're done with Vandal and
We got just knives. We got one
Yeah,
knife.
knives.
We got banners, and then we have a raise spray.
that's not a
No, they're
that's
actually.
not a mouse pad.
That's not a mouse
That's not a mouse pad. They're gonna
Oh,
ship
that
out
would-
paying them 70
Ooh.
bucks.
That would be sick
Oh,
though.
hold on. That would be
Yikes.
sick, mouse
Wait.
pad. But
You're
also,
telling me this is all fake. It's all stuff that is not gonna be in my physical
They're
presence.
NFTs. No, these are NFTs. You gotta get on
Nice.
it. Come on.
yeah, just like everything else you've paid for Valorant.
Exactly.
It's all
I
digital.
mean, yeah, but at least that stuff looked nice. You know what
Oh.
I'm saying? Like,
Oh.
Shit.
no, I
not
kid.
wrong,
These
though.
these do look nice. They do look nice. But you know, I feel like how frequently do you buy packs for just the knife? Maybe I'm in the minority here. I need like a main rifle skin to entice me in. You know, to bait me
Just
into
at me next time. Got it.
right, like a banner.
Yeah.
Banner's all right. Knife is really cool. These
Oh,
knives look good.
I think you
but-
should know that I believe the Americas, our region is green. So
For Viper, yeah.
Oh,
Makes
okay,
sense.
okay. Wait, is Viper American?
yeah, Seattle.
Oh. Sheesh. All right.
Wait, Seattle? Oh, I
Seattle.
Didn't know that.
That's why it's always raining.
All right, catch me
Coffee.
repping green.
You know, gosh, I need to have a dedicated lore section. We'll do it for next time. I'll get you guys caught up. We'll do lore 101. Get everyone caught up. You know.
Yeah, we'll dox all the Valorant agents. apparently.
Exactly.
Yeah.
EMA is ooh, that makes so much sense. And then Yoru is wow. It's Asher, Yoru, and Viper.
Wowie.
Wow, my brain.
Wow.
She just knows off the top
But
of her
yeah,
head.
I don't know how I feel. I don't think I'm gonna get this bundle, to be honest.
It depends. It depends, right? Like, what's the price range we're looking at?
Ooh, that's true.
That
'Cause
is-
we
You-
have
The problem
an
is usually
estimate.
the VCT ones are really expensive, right?
They're a little more expensive than your average bundles. Yeah.
Like, what was it, like
They're-
$60 for just
yeah,
a
they
gun?
they price it at like the primo stuff. you
Right.
know?
And that was chill to me, you know, when they were like, here's this really cool, again, rifle, you know, like give me the
No,
coolest,
it's champions.
craziest rifle. Yeah, like
Mhm,
get
mhm.
my
That
own
plays
theme song.
music.
get
Plays
bumped.
music.
My theme song.
Yeah, like
We'll get
you
that at the
really
end of the
feel,
year,
like,
you know?
sick.
They gotta have
Well,
one
I'm saying is, you know,
for the
like-
cool tournaments that keep going on that aren't champions.
Mm. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if this is a cop, you know.
The knife
Yeah.
has, 100 animations if that sways you in a certain way.
It does have animations. Okay.
Yeah, it's the Xeno Hunter knife that flips. So,
Oh, okay.
You
Okay,
know,
hold
I'd have to take a closer gander.
like, the Xeno Hunter is a cool default knife. This is just a Xeno Hunter knife for esports.
Mm.
It's the best way I could do
esport
it.
Version of
Esport version. I wish they
think
would give
I'll
us
wait for the
team
Xeno Hunter
skins.
to
I
come
want
back.
team skins. Like if they had
Team
like
skin?
yeah,
Yeah.
and you could just like flip through your team.
I think there was a leak about that being a thing at some point.
I thought that was referring to this thing. That's why I was confused.
Is it? I
don't
guess
know.
because these are like referring to regions, or like the
Ah.
numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, they're franchised now, so they can pull it off. Like,
Yeah.
what are there aren't gonna be like teams that enter in to the franchise circuit, I guess, or teams that leave. but
Yeah.
you never know.
All right.
Oh, they
real
are
quick,
working on
Art-
individual team skins. Ah, thank you, Noel.
Ooh. All right.
Mhm.
Copper drop, Arya.
Oh, copy. You know, as soon as it comes in, I'm buying it. I'm just waiting to stream it.
All right,
Roger?
cover drop. Will.
Oh, I'm going next.
You're
Oh,
going
this
next,
is a
yeah.
huge drop.
I-
I might get the player cards.
I gotta
But
say,
that's it.
just probably a drop for me as well. Unless these knife animations are absolutely like mind blowing.
We'll let you be the judge of that. We'll let you be the judge.
Alrighty. Well, I think we can transition into the actual lock-in event
Boop boop.
that's going to be going on in the next few weeks.
The prize pool is $500,000.
Oh my god.
I just saw that number. Holy.
Nice.
Awesome. That makes this like an
I'll see
like
you guys there.
whew.
I mean, that's a prize pool that, like, you know, the org is going to win.
Yeah,
like, the
yeah.
players.
Still, but still.
The players are on minimum wage.
So I believe this is a best of one tournament. Split into two I guess groups, Alpha and Omega, which if you've been keeping up with the lore stuff, it represents the Mirrorverse, Alpha Earth and Omega Earth. Gotta get that in there. In
Yep.
terms of lore, that is
Yep.
the only reference they have, and then we have our participating teams.
So, real quick, can we go back to the bracket? So, is there
Yeah.
no losers bracket? It's
No.
just a single elimination.
Single elimination tournament. So that's why
they fight one map and
Yup.
then they're just done.
that's why I was really
That's-
surprised when I saw the huge prize pool.
And
Yeah.
then it stays that way till the finals.
Mhm.
Like, not even a best of 3 or best of 5 finals. Because that'd be
Man.
kind of crazy if, like, 2 teams get to the finals and it's just one map and then, like, you're out of here. Thanks for
Yeah.
coming in second. GTFO.
Brian just said don't lose, you know?
Exactly.
It's really that
Just-
simple.
If you're
It's
good,
like
you
just-
just win
just-
everything, you know?
Just be better.
Exactly.
You came all the
Don't
way
need a
to
bracket,
Brazil
alright?
to
Is-
get
is what they
second.
said. Yeah.
Just win.
Sounds like you shouldn't have signed up, but thanks for the money. You know, we're putting it towards the prize pool.
Yeah. Thanks for being part of our franchising
You know, okay,
operation.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Unironically, do you think that all these organizations paying to, you know, for their spot, and then being eliminated immediately, that heavily reduces production costs, right? So
What do you mean? Like, can you expand?
sure. Like normally you'd be playing 3 games, right? If you're only playing a third of the games, right? Instead of 2, maybe 3 games, you're gonna play 1 game. That means that your staff doesn't need to be there as long, right? Even if, like, you know, I don't know if they're paid salary, but I would assume, you know, you're paying them hourly. You have your like light fixtures and like place rented out. You can get through more games. That might be how they're able to give greater prize pools, which
Mhm.
should hopefully incentivize players, you know, outside of that. Obviously it's riskier. I don't think that it's a better format or anything like that, but I'm
Yeah.
wondering if that's where the prize pool comes from.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, it's just it's tough being single elimination. You're part of an esports org
Oh,
that
for
paid
sure, for
so
sure.
much money to be here, and then you just get axed first round.
Yep.
It's true. That's gotta feel
So.
terrible.
Yeah. Think of it just mental wise for the players, right? You're just losing 6 rounds in a row. Like if you lose 6 rounds in a row, your mental's gonna be shot, and it's gonna be shot even more because you know you might be eliminated right
Yeah,
away.
and there's no game 2 to like reset
Yeah,
your mental.
yeah.
Just one game, and
It's
then
just one game.
you reset your mental on the plane home.
Yikes.
Talking about the plane home.
Oh, are
You
we
got-
talking about nearest
gotta-
airport?
We got our first matchup. That's like, you know, first exciting matchup in my opinion. But actually, before we get into that, do you want to talk about any teams that we want to look out for?
Paper Rex, Paper Rex, Paper Rex. They're pretty cool.
Beautiful.
They're alright. Yeah,
Beautifully
yeah.
done.
They're chill.
No, I just really like their play style. They run the Yoru, which is super respectable.
Mhm,
They
mhm.
run the neon, also respectable.
Yeah.
They're
I mean,
Yoru on
I feel like
Bind.
I feel like a lot of teams run the neon nowadays.
Oh
Or at
yeah,
least they
especially after
will. I don't
Victor
know.
made
now,
Neon so
because
popular.
Paper Rex was like, yo, check it out, dog.
I think Optic.
I would
did
say
it
Victor.
first.
I would say it was
Did they?
Victor more
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Optic popularized the neon, but they're hanging on to that
They're
Euro
you
paper
know.
X's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I completely missed the game where they tried the harbor.
Did it work though?
Will I be able to find out?
I am very excited for this
Oh.
event because we actually get to see Harbor played
Mhm.
at like a professional level.
I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped.
Because how like the whole like flow of the game, how I see it,
Mhm.
is that a character comes out, and unless they're super busted like Chamber, people are gonna be like, oh, this character is like not very good. And this happened with KO, this happened with Neon, this is kind of happening with Harbor right now.
Right.
But then when we get to like a VCT event, we see pros pull out the KO or pull out the Neon
Mhm.
or maybe pull out the Harbor, and then people realize like, oh, this is viable.
Harbor
on
is
the
so
VCT
viable.
level.
So viable.
And then we see it trickle down into the competitive
Right, yeah.
ladder.
What is
So
it? I think
I'm excited.
it like in terms I feel like Harbor has so much potential, but people are just like because he like Harbor's not I would say not a traditional smoker because he has the wall that he can curve. I still think Harbor's a really really good controller agent and can be a solo controller agent. But I want to see what happens in lockout. But yeah, Paper
You
X
mean
has been
lock-in?
oh lock in. Did I say lock? I said lockout. Lock in. But Paper X has been using the Harbor. They used one Harbor in one of their show matches against Heretics, I believe. It was. Ooh, where's the Harbor?
Sure, yeah, we take that.
We take that.
If that's
They
what
were-
Team
you say,
Secret,
that's
you
what it
know?
was.
Ew, using Chamber. Ew.
Wait, did you just say something cringe?
You just-
Are they playing Chamber in 2023? That's
that is cringe. Anywhere else? I'm just hyped for Harbor.
Well, that's also the other thing, not just with new characters, is that we're actually going to see if Chamber is still viable in a competitive setting. If any of these teams pull out the Chamber and actually use them to some level of success, we could also probably see Chamber make a resurgence in the competitive.
Right. Which I'm scared
So,
about.
not looking
'cause
forward to that.
They're
yeah.
not. You're not yay. Please stop.
Because then
You're not yay.
every other previous Chamber main that's been insta-locking Jet for the past month is going to be like, it's my time again.
No, it's not.
No.
No, it's not. All right, let's
But
head
what else
back
besides
to.
Paper X?
Let's head back to. Actually, I was very hyped about Sentinels. It just happens
let's
to
talk
work out.
about
This is
Sentinels.
working out
New
very well.
Sentinels, new and rebranded.
Whew. They have Pincata.
80% of 80% of the roster is gone. Tens and
But-
Friends Part 2.
we have it's
Yikes.
tens and loud. So tens is a little more support this time around.
Hey, but you know what? Sick is still there on the bench.
Can we cover it?
Oh, he's benched?
He's
Oh,
benched. He is
yikes.
benched big time.
Yeah, starting left bench. Very prestigious position.
Oh,
I mean, you gotta you gotta keep the team fresh. So six there to switch it out if needed. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, but kind of crazy that over like a year's time, like Sentinel's roster is just completely swapped except for tens.
It's a
They can't-
roster
they can't
now.
lose tens.
It's a roster now built around tens. Like when they picked them up, it was I feel like Sentinels was at their strongest when they picked up tens and just added tens to the team rather than making it all around tens. You know, rather than it being tens and friends as we now call it.
Yeah.
I think that's tough, right? I think retrospectively, we're like, oh, you know, it really sucks that they did this move.
Mhm.
But to be honest, like Sentinels was doing well.
Yeah,
Like
They
we don't
were
know
until
where they would have gone.
they
you know,
dropped.
but even when they were doing well, they, like we've been saying, they have a very solo carry playstyle,
yeah.
and that just stopped working. Like
Mhm.
people got better, right? It's
Mhm.
not so much that like, oh, like they're hyper focusing around tens, like that's why it's not working. It's
Mhm.
like, no, like, you know, we're discrediting everyone else who got better and learned the mechanics, right? The game's
Right.
new, everyone's scrambling to like figure out the mechanics, and it just, you can't do that forever.
That's exactly what happened with the 100 Thieves actually when they first came in. Like 100 Thieves was unstoppable, but then yeah, like you said, everybody got better, and then 100 Thieves just kind of got washed away.
Hard fell off.
Yeah, it was harsher for them, I would say, than it is for Sentinels. But
Mm.
Yeah, but Sentinels, we have like such big expectations.
Oh yeah, no,
It's
huge.
It's tens. I heckin' love tens.
It's huge. Was it unranked? It's fine. They'll get ranked soon. But $500,000 in total winnings. Awesome.
But I think we need to talk about who they're fighting first.
Yeah, we
and
do.
Lock in.
Yeah, we do. You got
So,
Sentinels versus Fnatic for one of the first matches here. Which
Two
I'm
of
super
probably
hyped.
the most popular teams
Mhm.
in the VCT. And one of them is going home in the first round.
Yup.
So
They
I
have a
have mixed
longer
feelings about
flight,
this.
please. Just be. They have a longer flight and just give it to them. All
yeah,
right.
please, Fnatic's got a longer
Just give it to
flight.
Just think about the flight back.
It's more expensive. They need it. They need the prize money. Let them go.
Oh god. But Fnatic has Boaster, Durka, and Alfear. That trio, like in past VCT, has been amazing. They also had. Oh no, I'm blanking. No. It was Durka and Doma. Durka and Doma. That was a duo. That was a duo.
And
that was a duo.
Mystic, I think, right?
Yeah, Mystic. Yes. But we got 3 established players, and I'm not saying that Pincata and Saucy aren't established. They literally won VCT.
Yeah, they
But-
are like the champions.
Yeah, they
of
are
that.
the champions.
And then they got
I think I'm
poached
just
by
coping.
the American team.
That's American Riot Games for you, you know.
Yeah.
the American
League's been
way.
doing this forever. So many Korean imports. They're at the top of their game. America's like, buy them out. Buy 'em out.
Yeah.
It's time to buy them out.
100 Thieves tried that too. Did not go so well. I think it was with Eccles? And then I don't remember the second player. But yeah, but that was also during the whole scramble for 100 Thieves where they tried to get, a set roster. Which I think they have now. I think they have a very promising roster.
Is Asuna still?
I believe
Or Asuna?
so. I believe
Is
so.
it
Right.
Asuna?
Oh,
Is that how it's pronounced?
I've heard it both ways.
I've
but
heard it both ways.
I don't want. I don't know anymore. I don't want to
Sean
make a
Spencer
definitive
moment.
statement on this.
Fair enough.
But yeah, we got Derek, we got Asuna, we got Cryocells, Bang, and Stellar. Oh no, I just realized Bull is gone. No. But yeah, this roster's been promising. They've won. I've just now seen these
Did you
stats.
just say
I'm
this roster's
surprised.
promising and then got surprised?
Yeah,
when-
I did. I didn't realize they played games. I didn't
Man,
realize.
what
Yeah, this
lip
roster's
service?
looking pretty good. I'm
They
expecting
won?
good things.
Wait, they
All green.
actually won?
They actually pulled it off.
3-0,
God.
2-0, 2-0.
That's
2-1,
hard.
2-1. 0-2 we don't count because that's VCT champions. Right. So after, yes. So you can already see that they're obviously a good core
Obviously.
team. Obviously.
Hey, you know
Obviously.
what?
No
100
surprise here,
Thieves,
guys.
They at least they made it to VCT champions, unlike a certain other American team. that,
Yikes.
we talked about.
I thought you
previously.
were gonna talk about that.
I didn't know we were like that.
I thought we were respectful here.
Nah, it's for the content.
But
Respect is not in the books.
no, it's not. No, it's not.
Not for me.
And the other Cloud9, I don't know. I'm indifferent with Cloud when it comes to Cloud9. Oh wait,
Cloud9?
okay. So Evil Geniuses has their like 10-man roster. If you remember,
10-man roster.
basically, they had like a lot of players on the team when they made the announcement. Like announcement video, they had a lot of people just come into the shot in the video, and it was just like, I'm not entirely sure who's on Evil Geniuses anymore. BCJ is on it. I know that, and that's it. Yeah.
Oh
Like
my
this
God.
is it. Yeah. Do you see? This is it. This is
Why
what I
do they have
meant.
So many people.
Boostio, Screwface, Calm, BCJ,
They-
Ethan. You know?
The best part about this is they're going into a tournament where they're not going to be able to sub anybody in.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, after they win a game, they can.
I
but
guess so.
yeah. Sure.
Yeah. This team has. Yes, they can they can play well, but also rip Ethan. They have Ethan's 100 Thieves picture on still.
Oh, that's a,
Oh.
oh God, that's
Not
awkward.
good. Not good.
Yikes.
Not good.
That's a
Oh,
bit
God.
of a yikes.
Well,
cannot
you know what?
condone that.
Having 9 players on payroll, let's see if they can break even.
Please. I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know about this one. But I want to see it. I want to see what happens.
Yeah. I think regardless, lock-in will be a very interesting event.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see some upsets, some surprises, hopefully some Harbor gameplay.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
And we'll see some Twitch drops. Woo!
Sorry, I almost vomited looking at that Twitch drop. That is came up on my
Dad
screen.
hat. The dad hat though. It's a
Alright,
dad
well,
hat. I don't have my dad hat with me.
Just limited edition VCT buddy
Tournament
that you're gonna
buddy.
drop on Twitch. Don't make it like shit colored. Like, come on.
They just needed to make it a little more brighter, and that's it.
Or just like a little more metallic, and they could have
Yeah.
done like a copper kind of thing.
Yes.
But no, it
No.
it looks like poop.
Just
So I like the title, but
you're locked in.
locked in. For all those Instalock jet mains out there, we got you covered.
Will, stop hating. It's free from Noel.
You know what else is free? Hating.
Hating.
It's true. It's true.
But yeah, you can get your very own lock-in dad hat, buddy, by watching the games on twitch.tv/Valorant or even YouTube. Even YouTube. Oh, the dad hat, buddy, is a grand final, by the way. A grand final drop, so.
Wow.
That makes it even worse. Not gonna lie. Oh, they could have done so much better.
Get this off my screen. Let's talk about something.
No more of this. Whatever this
Alright.
is, no more of that.
No more.
It's free. All right, last but not least, we got Lotus. And I know what I have on the screen. I swear. I know.
You swear?
I know. I'll move on.
Okay.
But yeah, in terms of Lotus, it's been out for a while now. And I still feel like it's an awkward map to play on because there is, again, no set meta because we haven't seen what the pros can do. We haven't seen how the map's supposed to be played. We've just kind of been figuring it out. In my head, I've been comparing this to Haven a lot with the 3 sites. And the fact that even on Haven, you can't really get into... You can't, like, get into site without, like... Let me rephrase this. If you're defaulting, you can't get into site right away, right? And this is what this map does. And I can't think of a better way to say it.
All right. Well, first, so I remember when this map like first came out, or when it was like in its own like queue before it was in comp.
Right.
A lot of people were saying that it was super T-sided.
Super
Or attacker side.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Would you still agree that's the case?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, my games will go better if I spawn attacker first.
Yeah, I feel like it's really tough to say, hey, we're gonna have more sites, right? Like this thing that's this thing that's traditionally been balanced around not more sites, more sites. Because I mean, you know, like it just makes sense. If there's one site, it's a 5v5.
Right.
There's 2 sites, then it's 5v2.5.
Right.
If there's 5 sites, it's 5v1.
Yes.
It just gets worse and worse, right? Like
For this map, in terms of defense, I would say rotations are like the biggest problems for this 100% for this map. Because like
rotations.
It's just suck. And then you can't get a good hold onto site. Because for C site you have like this heaven area, you have waterfall. For B you have like this that you can hold on to, and then maybe this whole like this heaven spot. And then for A site you have you hold an elevated position in I guess what is heaven, and then drop. Like you don't get a good you don't have a good exit as a defensive player, and you also don't have a good site hold as a defensive player.
Yeah, I would say especially on A. Like if you're defending A, you get your pick and you die.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
There's no way to leave unless you take the rope.
Yeah.
Unless if you're here, unless you take the rope and leave, you can't. You can go tree, but you're stuck. You can go drop, but you're stuck. You can go out, but then you're exposed to everybody that's like out in A main. So
I guess the question is for like A site, would it be better just to, I don't know, like just play off it and do a 5-man retake or something?
Yeah.
As a defender.
I would say one thing that's been going well is like a choke point I've noticed for A site is this area right here, and then tree you can fight for tree door, but like also here, like those two spots I feel like are the biggest ones. If you're able to hold on to this area, then yeah, have your B rotate. Hold sight with you.
Stairs, yeah.
Yeah. But
we gotta call them out by the names. Some people
stairs.
won't have the visuals here.
True.
Right.
from I think it's called I think this is A-Link. From A-Link stairs, A-Link stairs, and then sight.
Yeah.
So.
Just as a quick plug, if you want to catch these visuals, you can watch this podcast live on Twitch. I don't know, I had to throw that in there somewhere.
You did.
It felt as good as a spot.
Yeah,
anyway,
but
so.
what's the Twitch link? Can we
Drop
get the
the
Twitch?
ad, drop the ad.
It's in the link down below in the description. Like, comment, and subscribe. Twitch Primes.
Primes?
I think I'm doing this influencing thing, right?
Yeah, you're doing it. We're great.
I'm
We're
feeling
great.
influenced.
Oh yeah.
I have to
yeah.
say. So yeah, I can't say I've played too much
Mhm.
of the map, so I don't quite know. Like, everything you're saying makes sense. I
Right.
don't really
Yeah.
have anything like, whoa, look at this crazy idea I have. So I mean, makes sense to me.
let me
Yeah.
talk about what agents I've seen, and we can hop into our own custom and walk around the map. So
Oh,
for
let's go for a walk.
let's go for a walk. So in terms of
Walkies?
duelist, I've seen Rays, I've seen Phoenixes, I've seen Neons. I mean, obviously I'm gonna see Jet because it's ranked. That's not out of the question.
But that's not indicative. I see.
But yeah, so these four I've seen mostly.
I've also seen Reyna's, and basically, so the same
Yeah.
duelist pool as any other map.
Yep.
Every duelist except Yoru.
hmm
Nice.
I would love to see Yoru on this map. I think Yoru on this map would be nice.
We'll
But
have
I
to
also
watch.
want chaos. So. Okay, in terms of initiators.
Influencers.
In terms of your influencers.
I think I've seen a lot of Sky here.
I would agree with that.
Checks out.
In terms of hard info, I would say I would also add Breach in there. I've seen one
Really?
Breach. Because
Breach,
all the post
Wait, I've seen one breach.
I've seen one Breach, and I love what they can do with it though.
I think Breach, gotta be good on maps with smaller sites where you just ult the whole thing.
Yep.
Lots of corners for him. I'm seeing some good corners.
Well,
Probably just hard to figure out.
To
Yeah.
be fair, is Breach ever bad?
No.
That's the thing, right? Like Breach is
Are we not
always
in a Breach
solid-
meta currently?
It's just that he's an initiator that doesn't give info, where
Yeah.
others, do.
Right.
So
Passive info.
And it's kind of tougher in ranked. I feel like in ranked, people don't really want to play the utility. They're
Yeah,
either throwing out their utility like too early, and then no one could capitalize off it. They're not letting their team like know when they're throwing out utility. It's like not coordinated. Like you can easily stun or flash your own teammates. You can easily stun or flash late, and like like things have already happened.
Right.
You can easily greed it out. The only thing that's easy about Breach is his ult, right? And
Yeah.
that's fine. But
If your Breach
people
doesn't
are
use their
trying-
ult, that would be a problem.
right. And so I think like as the streamers who actually care about Breach and play a lot of Breach, play Breach, we're gonna get some casual like, oh yeah, that's cool, like try that. Hopefully, that's the hope.
We got two passive infos. I would say in terms of like hard info agent, a Fade. I tried a Sova. Sova's nice when you're new on the map and you don't know what to do, so you just send your dart and pray it hits something. But
Yeah, unless you're average Jonas.
unless you're average Jonas,
kind of
I don't
rough.
think Sova's too
I've
good
seen
for
some
this one.
pretty crazy arrows, so perhaps there's gonna be some like definitive lineups where you're like, hey, just learn these lineups. Your Sova is gonna be useful.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
guaranteed.
yeah,
Um,
Sova needs some time to develop, and then maybe he'll be really good on this map. But for
Which
the
is really
meantime-
ironic because
For now, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
We just said that about Breach, and we're like, yeah, Breach, put him up there.
Yeah, put him
there.
up.
We say the same thing about Soda. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of sus, guy.
So it's gonna.
Well, because he has the hard info that you need to rely on.
Sure.
Can't get that, then what use is it?
You wanna get a solid hard info agent or initiator with your like passive info initiator. So like Sky, Breach, I think either of those are fine. But in terms of hard info, I would lean more towards a Fade than I would a Sova. But that's also just me. I'm not too sure about what's like. We'll see it in lock-in too. So hard info is a big question
If anybody's
mark.
brave enough to play Lotus for their best of one game.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Would that not be like the most crackhead strat? You're like, okay, listen, guys. No one else knows how to play this map. They think this map is definitely not gonna be played. A gentleman's agreement. We're learning just this map. Throw out
This
the other
map
ones, we
only.
play coin flip.
Coin flip simulator, let's go.
Like, that's the most pog strat I've ever heard of.
You referred to it as a pog
we
strat.
better-
It's very pog.
We better
Certified.
see at least one Lotus, because I need to take some notes. But
Same.
anyway,
In terms of controllers, I believe Astra is very good.
yeah.
Astra's
always
been
good.
used on this map multiple times. The only problem with Astra, and that I've talked to about players that do play Astra on this map, it's the wall. There's no like set way to wall, I guess.
Ooh, yeah,
Like
that's
walls
kinda
are just
gross.
very awkward. This has been a problem
Beast-
on other maps.
I
B-side is
think
kind of
yeah,
straightforward-ish.
fine. Yeah.
like,
But
what
it's
do you do for
not-
A
it's
site?
not
You know?
it's not as great when you don't have that aim link control on B. but
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah, so Astra is good, yes. The wall is kind of awkward, but it's an ult, so in terms of utility that Astra provides, I think Astra's still very good.
you
And
know
then
who swears? You know who swears by Harbor on this map?
ooh,
Jalapeno.
I do too.
Jalapeno does?
I was gonna
Yeah.
fold this up. Dude, this is Harbor's
He
map. I'm not even.
swears.
This is Harbor's map, 100%. Like
This is no
you can curve.
cappuccino.
You can. Oh, okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
In terms of
thematically
curve,
and
just look
literally.
at all the curves on the map with the wall that
Oh
you
my
can
god,
make.
it's
All the
so
curves.
curvaceous.
Mm.
All the curves.
Can Harbor 90 degree?
If you're good at it, yeah.
Oh.
Mm.
It'll be like there'll be a slight curve on it, so it's not truly 90
Oh,
degree,
okay.
but you can get close to 90 degree. It's weird
Yeah,
mouse
like
mechanic.
85.
Yeah, curves.
Yeah, Will was about to throw out the maybe, and nope, you were like full send. Absolutely,
Nope, 100% Harbor. 100%
I
don't-
Harbor.
think that's a skill issue.
I don't play him,
She really
and I
said
don't see him very
skill
often.
Skill issue.
Skill issue.
We gotta duo more
It's true.
together. I got you.
It's
Cause like from B side, right? You're here as Harbor, right there.
say where here is.
Yeah, where's right here for the listener?
Here, as in B main, but not
Sure.
but not into you know. You're not in the enemy's vision. You can send your wall out to the right, cover the B
The
B
A-link.
link,
Yeah.
A link
B to A link, sure.
by breakable door. Cover
breakable
heaven with the wall and also cover CT with the wall, and that's it. And you get all of and you're covering all of the defender's angles. Which is and like, don't even get me started about the ult. The ult is massive on every single
Oh yeah,
site.
because the sites are so small.
It's-
Yeah.
It's such a good ult. You just if you have your Harbor ult, pop it and just run in. Your defenders on the site will be running out anyways. Plus site's too small for a defender to hold it properly. Harbor's 10 out of 10
Yep.
agent. Asher and Harbor. Omen, yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Brim, definitely
Brim,
no.
though.
If I see a Brim,
What?
I'm going to throw my games. If I see a Brim in my rank game on Lotus, I'm throwing. I'm actually throwing. Okay, I'm not actually throwing. I can't. The Stimmy's not that. The City was great, but it's not that. It's not all that in my opinion. But I've always been a Brim
that's
hater,
fair, right?
so
The more sites there are, the more you want recharging smokes, right? You wanna throw people off.
in terms
So
of
I can see that.
like agent like rehit ability, I don't think Brimstone has a lot of it. I think Harbor has the.
You wouldn't hit Brimstone?
Yeah, you wouldn't hit that?
No.
I hit that. I hit that, no question.
Rehitting a site,
Am I hearing
guys.
this right?
I hit him and I'd re-hit him.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get it straight.
Good.
Brimstone 100% hittable.
Let's get it a little less than straight, even. You know. I would hit that.
Good catch, Roger. Good catch.
Yeah. We can't be letting this kind of shit slide. All right.
No.
Good stuff. Good
Not
stuff.
cool.
Might be. Ooh, that's a whoa there.
Whoa there,
You
cowboy.
okay?
Whoa there. No, the smart board was going all over the place.
Wasn't feeling very smart.
I
I
wasn't
get you.
feeling very smart.
You need to recalibrate it.
Yeah. But yeah. Again, Harbor's Cascade. Another usability from B main. You can just block off CT for the enemy without even having to go into sight. The only thing about Harbor I would say is awkward is positioning yourself in a way that you don't block your own teammates off. That's like the only warning I would have for Harbor, but I would say Harbor is a very good pick for this site and this map.
Skill issue though, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna talk about it
Okay,
because. And in terms of Sentinel, my new main Killjoy, top tier on this on this map. Do we want to?
Yes. Join the dark side.
No, I mean, I can't say much about Cypher, just because I really haven't found anything that's like super remarkable with him yet. And maybe I'm missing something, but like, especially like he
Just
can't
to be
really
clear, we're
play.
talking Lotus specific.
Yeah, Lotus specific. No, he's like the best agent on every other map.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
That's right.
A Sun Cipher? Pog. Actually, a Sun Cipher isn't that bad. I like a Sun Cipher.
Yeah. But like I think he works best on A site here because of what I said before, where like if they're pushing A, you just play Cypher on site,
Right.
get your 1 or 2, and then die.
Yep.
And the rest of your team retakes.
Mhm.
But other than that, I don't know with Cypher. He's kind of up in the air for me right now, so I don't know.
I will say I've had my KJ setups destroyed by Raze a lot of the maps that a lot of times that I've played this map. Because again, sites are super small. Your setup is very like congested into one area. Like for B, most of my setup is again might be a skill issue, but it's like right here. For C, it's around bend, so I can try to get something. And then for A, it's this spot. But if a Raze
Can
figures out your
confirm
setup, it's
Skill issue.
yeah, it's gonna get destroyed super fast. So that's like one thing for Sentinels that I would keep in mind for this time. Just keep the setups adaptable, keep it changing.
And I know we all made tier lists.
Yes, we did.
All right, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Whoop.
Oh, you're already exposing your
I
tier list.
exposed-
Wow.
I didn't-
Exposed.
Wow.
Tell you what. I'll send you a screenshot of mine. You can.
I
go
will
through
bring it
them
up. I'll bring it
one
up.
at a time. Yeah.
Yep.
One at
All
a
right,
time.
let me explain.
I'll put it in the
While you
Discord
guys
link.
bring
Allow me to- allow me to-
your pictures
yeah.
up.
I'll pass you a spoiler.
All right.
Roy.
Let me explain myself here. So S tier, I got Lotus and Fracture. I like maps.
S-tier.
S tier. I like maps that make you cry when your strats don't work. And Lotus and Fracture have been the
You're
two.
into that. Okay.
I
I've
feel
been the
like you
two
have
maps
the
that are
opposite
just-
of the.
Yeah?
I feel like you have the opposite opinion of the internet on this one.
Oh, 100%.
I think Fracture is probably like the most hated map by the general populace.
So for Fracture, right? There are multiple ways to attack any site, and then it's just such a nice map. Like you can push A site, you can push through drop, you can push through sand, you can push through main. For B site, you can push through arcade, you can push through B main. But you can also change it where it's arcade split, arcade B main split. You go up into tower, do an arcade split, like arcade out, and then go up into tower and split into site like that. There's just a bunch of splits and a lot of different strats that you can pull off on Fracture. Whereas I feel like for other maps, the strats are set in stone, and it's yes, you can change, like you can make 1 or 2 variations off of it, but I feel like in terms of strats and everything, Fracture really gives you that freedom to just feel out the map and play as time goes on. And I feel like that's the same for Lotus, but I also want to say that because Lotus is new and we don't know too much about it, so just having that huge question mark every time we play Lotus, it's just nice.
So we don't know too much about it, but you give it the highest.
Oh yeah,
honor
I
of
love it.
top
Yeah,
tier.
so far I've loved it. It's
Big
been
on.
great. In terms of maps, like what was it? In terms of maps that going in for the first time I've like just enjoyed, I feel like Lotus has been the best one so far. Like
Okay.
first time playing
Yeah.
Ascent, first time playing Split. I wasn't wowed.
All right. Work us down.
So we got Haven and Icebox, really good maps. I would say Icebox is in the same kind of pile as Fracture and Lotus, just having like different ways to play the map. It's nice. Haven has its set strats, yes, but you could also kind of flip flop. If you're winning or losing, you kind of flip flop the outcome, because there's again a lot of ways to attack each site, a lot of ways to kind of break the defense as you're attacking. For B tier, I have Ascent, Split, and Pearl. Pearl is okay. There's nothing too wrong with it. Pearl is just a great map overall. Okay map overall. Ascent, again, okay map. We know everybody knows how to play Ascent too. At this point, I would be so, like, in terms
Do
of
they?
oh,
I go into comp
yeah.
and people don't know how to play Ascent.
Well, I mean, I guess I get that too. Yeah, maybe.
Well, she said everybody.
Well, most people.
Yeah, that is a pretty
Most
bold
people.
claim.
Because I can make this comparison, like this map in terms of other games. Like this is like people have made the comparison for this to be like the Dust 2 of Valorant, and Dust 2 was like a very well known map in CS:GO.
I'm sorry. Other games? I don't understand.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
like what are you talking about?
Yeah.
like games outside of this one, you know?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, there's others.
There are
That just
other
sounds
other
like you're not
games.
dedicated.
I have so many hours in this game. What do you mean? But yeah, I feel like Ascent is it's like the staple map for Valorant. People know how to play the map. Just do your split pushes and you win. If you don't know, I'm telling you right now. In terms of Split, I like Split. Split is nice.
You're learning the strat.
You're learning the strat. I feel like Split is fine. Again, the changes we talked about for like 20 minutes, they're again just meh. It helps the attacker side a lot though. Breeze, I hate the map, but I love the map. I hate the map because attacking, if you don't get good momentum on this map, it's very tough to even think of getting a comeback. Or if you don't break the other team's momentum, it's kind of hard. And then I just hate D tier is Bind. I hate Bind.
Wow.
I dislike Bind so
Hard
much.
swap on what happened to Bind, you know?
Ooh.
I do not like Bind.
Crazy.
I don't have the cracked out win rate, you know?
So this season is gonna be your season, right? Because you have Breeze and Bind as your least favorite maps, and they're both out.
Yes.
It's
And
true.
the new map
It's
is
true.
now your new favorite.
Yeah.
So I did a weird number system thing. Basically their percentages. So I like sorted this on a very high level. So top tier being 100%, bottom tier being 0, 25% intervals, whatever. But I judged these maps based on how happy I am to get them when the competitive queue pops and I see what map it is. So, my 100%, I'm always happy to play this map. I will never be not excited. Are Bind and Haven. Bind is definitely a subjective pick, because I know a lot of people don't like it, Arya. But I think I just like it because I just kept winning on it. Like I think
That's a good
season
reason.
5. Like if I look back at my stats, I'm pretty sure sometime in episode 5, I had a 85% win rate on Binds.
Oh my
for one
god.
Of the acts. It was crazy how often I would win Bind. So I think I'm pretty subjective when it comes to it.
Damn.
And then I think Haven is definitely a I think Haven is an objectively good map. I don't know anybody who hates it, but maybe Roger will prove me wrong. We'll see.
We'll see.
But I'm always happy to get Haven. So tier below that, 75%. I am 3/4 of the time I am excited to get this map. Ascent and Breeze. Ascent I think is just a decent map. It's good. I'm never. Well, I shouldn't say never. I'm most of the time okay with it. And then Breeze is just really fun. Probably because a lot of people hate it, and that gives me joy in life. I don't know why I didn't put Fracture higher for that same reason. Maybe because I also don't like Fracture, but we'll get to that. And then tier below that, 50/50s, Split, Fracture, and Lotus. Split and Fracture, because one's named Split and the other is Fracture, and the map is split in two, so it had to be in the 50-50. But also those maps are just coin flip for me. And then Lotus, because I don't really know where it goes right now. It's still really early, so we'll see if it moves up or down. 25% of the time, I'm excited to see Pearl, and I don't know. I just don't really vibe with that map. It's just not great. And then, last but certainly not least, the map that I have not mentioned. I am never ever happy to get Icebox. Maybe it's because I hardly ever win on that map. Maybe it's because I don't think Cypher is very good on that map, so I can't play him. But yeah, no, it could really be anything. And that's it. Questions, comments? Rip my tier list to shreds.
Yeah, I was surprised about Icebox. I figured you're a Viper now for Icebox. A Viper one for Icebox.
Some other stuff, which
I don't like it.
Was perhaps foreshadowed.
I understand your bind. I don't know how you get that high of a win rate. I don't.
It's not. It
I don't
wasn't
know how
that
you're
high
playing.
again. Yeah, I don't. For one act, it was like 85% win rate. Just made me feel so good. What were you saying, Roger?
I was just saying, you foreshadowed quite a spot on my tier list. You went straight for it.
Oh,
so.
you son of a bitch! I knew it. I knew you were a hater.
Let's move over. Let's move over.
Get his garbage tier list up. Oh my.
Okay.
God, you
exact same shape, same amount in S tier, same amount in A tier, same amount in B tier, same amount in C tier, same amount in D tier. Probably a similar kind of idea behind it subconsciously, but yeah, we'll go through it. So first and foremost, love Breeze. Same reason Will said he loves Bind, everyone's a Breeze hater. I'm a Breeze lover. I felt it. I felt it flowing through my bones. I said, Breeze is my best map. I do wonderful on Breeze. I have the strats on Breeze. Didn't have anything to back it up until Riot emailed me and said, in the one they emailed everyone, not me personally. I'm not special. But they emailed me and they said, here's your year in recap. Your best map, Breeze. By a long shot, right? We're talking like 70% win rate throughout the season. So, I felt it. I liked the way the mid played. I liked the layout of the sites. It felt like one was open, one was kind of claustrophobic. There was stuff to play around, but not too much crap. And I just really liked it. I felt like there were parts where you had to aim duel and parts where you had to use utility. And I like having that kind of hard split where he's like, hey, you gotta be able to do both on this one, Likewise, I think Ascent also S tier, just very clean. You play your mid game, you got your smokes, you work up, you go through. I would say it's the quintessential Valorant map, right? It's like, here's Valorant, and then everything else is kind of like, change this. Like Bind is this, but with TPs, right? Split is this, but defense is something. On the A's, I got Icebox and I think that's Pearl. Yep. I just feel like Icebox is fine. It's nice. It's just missing a little something to push it into that S tier. I just don't like it as much. But I still think it's a good map, contentious. Yeah. Pearl, same idea. There's some mid, I like it. Maybe it's just because it's newer. I don't rate it quite as high. I'm, still learning it a bit. But it just feels less tried and true. It feels like, okay, like here's the new map with a slight twist. Still a good map. I like it. In the B's, we got Lotus, Bind, and Split. I feel like these are kind of maps. Nothing crazy. Lotus, I kind of put here. It's gonna have similar reasons why I don't like Haven, which is just that there's just too many sites. I'm not about the triple site life. But it's new. There's some interesting ideas there. I hope I'll grow to like it more. Bind, teleporters are nice. We've been playing this since beta. It's getting older. I don't mind it. Half the time I'm like super hyped to play Bind. Half the time I'm like, it's Bind. So really bipolar about that one. And then split is split. You know, it's there. Better than C and D tier. In the C tier, we got Fracture. Hate that map.
Oh.
My win rate on it is fine. You know, like when I play it, it's fine. It's just I never see it and say, oh boy, you know, like I can't wait to play Fracture. I always dread getting into a game of Fracture. It just doesn't feel good. It feels like there's like 2 choke points that people play around, that being like B main and A main.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, occasionally you have some people go dish and stuff, but it's less of that than you would think, right? Like so many times people just say we're gonna 5-man through A main, and you got to be able to stop us, and there's not that many tools to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you're in, it's just like, all right, we're playing retake.
Mm-hmm.
And retake is good, so it's not, there's no incentive to not really play retake or like hold a bit and then retake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously you could take a few quick peeks if you're jet or chamber, you know, try to op someone, but maybe it's just the kind of characters I play. I just end up sitting on site and then waiting for retake. We have our patented milkman strat, so you know, like it's not like we don't play the map a lot, but just how it is. And then Haven, yeah, just 3 sites. It's kind of I don't like it.
How dare you say
I had it in C tier. I said, you know what? It's not a tier list unless, like, you know, why does D tier exist unless something can be there? So
Wow.
that's the D
Yeah,
tier,
that's
you know?
why I put bind in mine.
It's
Yo, you both are terrible. You
I
have
think
crap
someone said
opinions.
someone said about Dark Souls or something like that. Why is there a first enemy if it can't kill you, right? So why is there a D tier if I'm not gonna stick Haven in it?
Because you could stick Icebox there. Come
Or
on.
bind.
Icebox kind of A tier though, you know. Kind of happy when
Icebox
I
is
get
What
Icebox.
maps do we
Boom,
agree
butt
on here?
cheeks.
Raj and I agree on
Honestly,
Icebox.
these are very different. Yeah. for the
We
most part.
agree on
Ascent is
splits
kinda-
being mid. The 3 of us agree on split being kind of mid. Awesome.
Yeah, splits.
We agree
it's
on
kinda mid.
Ascent being in,
Ascent, yeah.
somewhere in the upper.
Yeah.
Arya, not so much, but
I mean, I'm in the middle,
Yeah,
you know.
Arya's
I just feel like this map's been figured out. There's nothing special about it. I'm just like,
Arya's
okay, it's
also
Ascent.
a breeze hater.
That's what I like though, you know. Like, why does the map have to have a gimmick? I just want a good.
No, it doesn't. It's
map.
a good. It's a good map. It's just B. It's just
not according
there.
to you. It's
just
mid
there.
tier.
It's there. You know, it exists.
Would you be happy with a B in school when someone can get better than an A? You know, that's my question.
That's different. That's
I
different.
don't know, you know? If I were Ascent and I came in and they said you got a B, I'd be like, I'm
But
gonna go
yeah,
to
was
Professor
it?
Rogers' place, you know? He'll give me an S.
I set Breeze. Yeah, I set Breeze way low. It's just momentum. Every time I load into a Breeze game, I'm like, okay, like we have to get the first few rounds. If we don't, we're gonna lose, and it ends up happening.
Sure, but you know,
So-
like I just said, why is there a pistol round if it doesn't matter?
I would actually argue that what you said, Arya, for Fracture. I
Mhm.
feel like most teams that I play with, their mental is absolute shite on
Mhm.
Fracture. If
Yeah.
you
True.
lose like the first like 4 or 5 rounds on
Mhm.
Fracture, it's just over.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's not even
wrap
that
it
pistol
up,
round is
GG.
important. People just hate Fracture,
No.
right? So
Yeah,
Yeah.
people just hate Fracture and they're so ready to give up on it.
makes it super not fun to play into.
Which
Yeah.
makes it super fun for me to make stupid strats that destroy their mental even more.
Perhaps.
Like all fire down drop or
That's
like
if you're
run
winning.
B. Yeah, true.
I don't know.
I
I,
don't know,
feel like
they're-
Fracture is a
Mental
good map
bomber.
if you can 5 mana.
Yeah, I
Like
agree with the
5
5-man actually. Yeah, I agree with it. Yeah.
That's true.
Like that
even
that
Like
brings
5-man
Fracture up a
queue,
tier
right?
for me. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
even
yeah,
then,
Brings it up a
it's
tier for
like
me.
if I could 5-man any of the maps above Fracture on my list, I would still rather 5-man any of those maps, right? And for that reason,
Yeah.
I'm out.
I'm out.
No, that is definitely fair. Like being in a 5 stack definitely changes where I would put. some
Changes
of
my
these
perspective
maps.
too. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I would say,
What?
it barely bumps it up to B.
Fracture.
Yeah.
Barely.
We're
We're running.
moves it
We're
up a
running Fracture
single
right
tier.
now. I'm finding a scrim for us. We're scrimming
I
Fracture.
had to invent a whole new strat just so I had another mini game to play, so I didn't have to deal with playing the actual game. Not that we shouldn't use that strat on other maps, or it
No.
isn't a good strat or anything like that. It's just
But it's
My
just like
goodness.
you got 4 orbs on Fracture.
true.
Why not just milk them,
it's true,
man?
Man.
Yeah. Come on, man, or woman, or anything else. milk thing. Milk people.
All right. I
No.
believe I believe this brings us to the end. Would you like to take us out, Will?
No. No, I can. Sure, whatever. Yeah, all right. So that'll wrap up the podcast, episode 1, the first episode we have ever recorded this podcast. A monumentous occasion. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Humongous.
Huge moment. Huge moment.
We talked about patch notes. We talked about the new Lotus map, VCT shenanigans, and also we debated on our favorite and least favorite maps. But yeah, we'll be back next month for another episode talking about the results of VCT lock-in, as well as any other significant updates that may have transpired in the game until then. But until then, thank you so much for watching and or listening, and we catch you on the next episode.
I was gonna say on the flip side.
On the flip flop.
On the flippity flip.
Catch you on the flippy dip.